Exactly, Victoria. Exactly. Good morning, Shelvin. Exactly, Brenda. You just have to at one point sit and understand that you can entertain the bullshit, right? Or you could keep it pushing. And I choose to keep it pushing. I don't choose to entertain the bullshit or get into the lower level energy of whoever the fuck got their panties in a bunch today. Like I just don't do it. It's I feel like at the point in my life I am reaching for bigger, greater things. And I feel like when you're reaching for bigger, greater things, you have to understand to not allow the bullshit in, and you do have to put your foot down at some point, right? There you go, Christina. That exact thing. You don't need no spell work, right? All you say is return to center with consciousness. You don't need no motherfucking spell. You don't need no candle. You don't need no reversal. Return to center with consciousness. If it's not yours, it's going back. The biggest thing that we don't do, um, one thing that we don't realize is that we are so powerful in our energy as beings. We are so powerful as these light beings, and we take that for granted and we think we're less than, and we always give somebody else more power over us. Don't ever give nobody more power. And Nikki, you talking about you got a spell on you, boo. You've given this person way too much power, way too much power. True shit, Christina, true shit. So Nikki, I'm gonna say this. You got in my inbox, so let's be real. You got in my inbox talking about a spell. I told you to do an egg cleanse. You decided not to do the egg cleanse. So if you jump on my live and you want to talk shit that I did not help you, I gave you free advice and told you to do something that was free and that could help you cleanse. But I feel like you need more help than anybody can fucking give you. I'm not a fucking doctor, nor am I a therapist, nor am I a psychiatrist. So if I were you, I would take that and go get you some serious help. Now, you asked my personal advice. You came to me about a spell. I gave you my opinion. You don't like it? Go to the next motherfucker who does the work. Like, I just got to be real. Don't come on my live with no bullshit. Matter of fact, like, you want to ask somebody their opinion. You want to ask somebody their opinion, but then you down the fucking energy that they're giving you. You want to ask somebody, what do I do about this? And then they tell you what to do, but then you want to jump on somebody's live and get crazy. I'm not the one. Good morning. Good morning. Go to the fucking police. Go somewhere. Like, you want somebody to do what for you? One, I don't do fucking spell work for people like that. And one, I'm not going to jump in anybody's fucking bullshit spell work. Like, come on now. Let's get real. I'm entertaining it for 2 seconds so you guys can see with some of the shit that we deal with. This is some of the shit that we deal with. That people will jump in our inbox. People will ask us for help. We will take the time to do it for free, right? We will take the time and energy to do it for free. We will give someone some great tips that have helped us to help them and help themselves. And then they will blatantly fucking disregard it and then jump on a live and got some shit to say. To me, that shit pisses me off. And let me tell you, I don't really entertain the bullshit, but right now it's like, come on, we're going to use you as a fucking example this morning. That's what we're going to do. We're going to use you as an example because this is the prime example of the shit that we take on a daily. So if you guys didn't know, my inbox is full of shit like this all the time, every day, all day. Yet I still get my ass up with a smile, trying to fucking help and heal. It's like, come on. At what point do you take responsibility in your life? At what point do you sit and say, maybe I need to fix some shit in my fucking life? Everything ain't spell work. Everything is not somebody got a curse on me. And let me tell you, I love my rituals. But let me tell you, I know that everything in my life is not spell work. Everything that bad that happens is not somebody fucking throwing me energy. At some point, you got to take responsibility of your own fucking actions. You really do. At some point, you got to stand in your energy and say, damn, maybe I made a fucked up choice right now. Maybe I did some dumb shit right now. Maybe I made a wrong choice to spend my money when I shouldn't have spent my money. I think a lot of times we unfortunately, everything has to be a curse. Everything has to be a fucking, all of this crazy shit. Now, there are situations where people have it, There are situations where people have generational curses because I've seen it. But not everything is a fucking curse. And not everything is some fucking craziness. But let me tell you, that's a prime example of what we deal with, you guys. Prime example of what we deal with. Where I take my time and I try to help someone and then they do shit like that. It's crazy. It's mind blowing. I have seen some crazy shit in this path. I swear I have. I'm sorry to go off, you guys, but that lady, she's not only been in my box, but she's been in 3 other of my readers' boxes with the same stuff. And we all ended up having to remove her. You know what I mean? So it's just crazy for me. And as much as I was telling Oracle this, that in this path, people think because you're spiritual, that you're saved, and all of a sudden now you are higher than thou. Let me tell you, I'm not Buddha. I'm not Jesus. I'm not gonna sit here and motherfuckers hang me at the stake and I won't say shit. No, I have a comeback. And I know sometimes it's my ego, but man, sometimes I'm not gonna shut up. Sometimes I'm not gonna not say something. Sometimes I'm gonna have a fucking voice and I'm gonna make sure I'm heard. You know, that's just it. Let me sip my tea. Let me sip my tea. I don't fucking know who she is. I just know she's somebody. She's been in 3 different of my readers' boxes with that shit. And we have all tried to assist her with free help. Nobody said, if you send me $60, we'll go get the you know how the beloveds do. Pay me $120 and I'll get the ingredients to help you with your spell. We all fucking gave her free advice to assist her. We all gave her free advice. And the girl's still running around talking about ain't nobody helping her. Girl, if you don't go sit your ass down somewhere. Thank you, Shelvin. You need some people need to go help themselves. And I will tell you guys, the way that I read and the way that I am, I have changed. I am not the same reader I was a month ago. I am not the same reader I was 6 months ago. I'm not the same reader I was a year ago. See, who's that in the tribe saying the girl was in your inbox too? I'm not. There's some shit I won't do no more. You can't come in my inbox with some bullshit and just think you're going to pay me. And I'm just going to be like, yes, I'm aboard. I don't give a fuck about losing customers. And I don't care about losing clients for stuff that is, okay. I didn't see it says Facebook user. I was like, who is that? Yeah, I don't deal with it. I'm okay with losing customers and I'm okay with losing sales because I'm not here on an ego base. And if anyone comes to me with that kind of stuff, I'm okay with losing. And I'll never lose. You know, Spirit always has me. At the end of the day, Spirit always has me. So I don't never feel like I'm losing anyway. And it's crazy. You know, that's why I don't do fertility spells, Angie. That's the main reason why I've never done a fertility spell. You know why? Because people will blame you for their own shit. One of the things, you got to look at your own body. You got to look at the timing. You know what I mean? You're trying to force a child in this life. Look, and this is no judgment to you, Angie, on what you do on fertility spells. But I will tell you, one of the things I don't do, and I never have, is go against divine, the divine plan. There's a divine plan out there. If y'all did not realize it, or maybe that's new, there is this divine plan, right? You having kids in this life or not having kids ain't up to me, okay? Fertility reading, okay. You know, you making sure that you can or can't, you need to check your person that you're with. You need to check your own body. You need to make sure that you're doing the things that you need to do. I think a lot of people take tarot and shit and come psychics, and it's just like, you want to get these answers that it's like you work on yourself. Like, you want to go fertility, go to a fucking doctor. You want to have a kid, go to a doctor. I think some of this shit is just, I can't no more. You guys, something in me has changed. You can't come to me with these readings. You can't come to me with these readings and ask these damn questions. There are some things that we are not physicians. We are not doctors. We don't have all the fucking answers, no matter how gifted we are. And this is the assumption, right? If we go back to assumption, we go back to the assumption of assuming we don't have all of the answers. Right. I just don't touch it. I just don't touch it for those readings. I think some people have beautiful gifts. And I think people can see things, and I do. But I also feel like, you know what? We also can get shit wrong, right? We also can fuck up. And the one person that you don't get it right, oh my God, it's just like Jesus. So I don't touch the health shit. I don't touch the health questions. I don't touch the fertility for purposes. I no longer will read if you're checking in on somebody's relationship that doesn't pertain to you. I will not read for you. I just want to put that out there. I've said it last week. I'll say it again. So don't come to me asking me about what somebody else's life is doing, because it doesn't pertain to you. Now, if you want to know about your own relationship, your own money, your career, things like that, what's coming for you, I got you. But if you're trying to look into somebody that you're not even with situation to see what they got going on, I won't fucking read for you. And I don't care how much you pay me. Um, I have standards and I have morals, and I'm standing in them, sticking to them. And my moral compass is on alert. And so I just feel like at some point you just got to do better with your own life. And I'm not knocking nobody who still does it. You guys do what you want to do. But as I'm moving forward in healers and readers, right? When I'm looking at it as a healer perspective, how is that really healing somebody by entertaining somebody, looking into somebody else's life that has nothing to do with you? That doesn't heal you. It keeps the obsession going. It keeps the hurt and the pain going. And I think we have to retrain ourselves, especially if you're a healer, to actually try to assist someone to heal, which would be to let go. Let go of somebody. Let them live their life. Stop checking in on their family. Stop checking in on their life. Stop looking for them. Because if someone wants you, they'll come to you, right? If someone loves you, they'll come back. If they're really for you, they will come back to you. So I think in my position, I feel like I have a duty to help you, not hinder you, and not just make money off of you by telling you what you want to hear. So for me, a lot of things have changed, especially this past year. Um, when I got into this new, I just thought it was okay for a lot of things, and it's just not okay no more. So you guys, unfortunately, this morning show has been crazy. So don't assume shit, you guys. Don't assume shit. Unfortunately, I do feel like, there's always going to be negativity in groups. I think just if you can always allow yourself to get to a place knowing that you're not harming anyone, you're helping them. Okay, whatever you do, whatever your spiritual path is, whatever your belief system is, just try to make sure that you're not hurting anybody. That everything that you do, right? Because it's not up to me if this person goes to another reader and asks that question, but it is up to me if I entertain it, right? Thank you, Laquanda. I will tell you something about me, you guys. I do strive to be the better person every day. So when I wake up, my goal, one of my goals, the intention I set is to be a better person, a better healer, a better mom, a better, everything. And some things at some point you kind of have to say, this can't be right. How is this right? I've been given these beautiful gifts, but I wasn't given these beautiful gifts to spy on anybody. I wasn't given these beautiful gifts to be a spy. I wasn't given these beautiful gifts to look up people's energy when I have no business. That's one of the reasons why I ask you guys to tell me that you want to share card, things like that. You give me permission to be in your energy. I don't pull cards on people just to be pulling cards on people. There was a time where I did because I was righteous. When we're righteous in our energy, oh, I'm making myself righteous and I'm giving myself an excuse to fucking do what I do. That's being righteous. That's not being right. So I think we have a duty to say it's not, I can't get in your energy just to be in your energy. I can't pull cards on you just because I feel like I want to know what's going on with you. That's not right. And there has to be a line that you don't fucking cross. And if you are able to cross these lines, I think maybe you need to check yourself in the mirror. And that's just, from my heart space to you guys. That's how I feel. Good morning, Shondell. I don't know if I said good morning. Good morning, Greta. I've told a lot of people who've been in my inbox, like, go get a pregnancy test. Because that's one of the main questions. Am I pregnant? And I'm like, go get a pregnancy test. I'm not asking the cards that shit. And I'm not asking the pendulum that. I'm just not. You guys don't fucking ever get at me for that shit. I'm not answering that shit. I've had people ask me questions like, is so-and-so my baby daddy or is other person my baby daddy? And it's just like, There's a DNA test for that. Like, if you really want to know, there's a DNA test. And I just feel like, unfortunately, there's a lot of readers that have taken it to a whole new level. And they've taken it to a whole new level. So there's this unfortunate side, right, to what we do. And that stains all of our names. And so if we, as readers and healers, don't start to do better to change the energy, our professions will never be looked at as um, accredited, right? We'll never be looked at as, we'll always be looked at as these fucking scammers or these backwoods or back alley fucking psychics, these woohoo. No one will ever take us serious. Who will ever take us serious if we don't have no fucking morals or standing? Who will ever take us serious? And I hope to change that in my path. And I hope that Divine Moon Goddess really makes a difference in this fucking career, in this path. And that's one thing that I have to say that I've always strived to do, is to do better in this profession, because it is a profession for some, right? Yeah. I actually don't pull cards on myself no more. I just feel like your energy fucks it up. And I think I think that's when our ego, oh, I can read myself. No, I think at times it's one thing when you're just pulling like daily advice, right? Oh, I just want to know what's coming up, which I don't tell you do that, because if you have a tower, you're gonna fuck up your whole day. But I think we really have to get I think we really have to get that moment of saying, let me get someone trusted to look in the energy that doesn't have anything to gain. No one has, someone doesn't have anything to gain, right? All, you're welcome, Trina. Greta, if you sent me a message, I'll be checking my messages when I get off my live. Annette, I'm going to do your reading in just a second. I don't know if anyone sent me a donation besides Annette. If you did, I will take care of it in a moment. Um, So yeah, this morning show did spark a lot this morning, and the biggest thing is to get you guys to think about assumptions, and also integrity in our moral standing, and where do we go. A lot of you guys are in the spiritual profession. I know. Some of those towers be like, man, I don't know who's that in the Soul Tribe said good morning with the sunshine. Let me know who that is. I just think at some point, like I said, I haven't been the best person in my seat, because, I came in thinking tarot was one thing. I came in thinking this was one thing. And, when you're taught by people, you just go with what you know. You think this is it. But there's always something, that little, hey, Queenie, there's always something in the back of your mind telling you that something's not right. Something's not right. And as you grow and as you elevate, you will always get to that place where you say, okay, I understand, spirit. I understand that this is not right. I understand that I need to change in my own path. And I understand that this is where you got to let people go that aren't sitting next to you. You know what I mean? That aren't trying to get to the next phase. And it's okay. They don't have to. That's their path. No love lost. Oh shit. Raquel's in the building. Right, 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 right. Because especially when we're doing these readings, it's not about what I think. Because my opinion be like, why are you still here? You know what I mean? But it's not about what I think. And in my readings, I always have to take myself out of it. One of the biggest thing as a reader, whether you're a tarot reader, you're a psychic reader, you have to detach your opinion. You have to be able to be objective. If you're subjective, it's all going to be like, I think you should do this based on your own perceptions of what you've been through. And if you've been someone who's been fucking hurt and this, that, and the third, you're going to be like, fuck them, fuck that, leave them, ditch that. You won't look for the healing in it. You won't look for what, when someone comes to me for love, if I see the love in it, I'm going to tell you. If I don't see the love in the energy, I'm going to tell you. It's not based on what I think. It's based on what's in front of me, what I feel, what spirit is giving me. And I can't bring my own bullshit into a reading ever. And if you ever are doing that, you need to take a step back. You need to heal. Because you're no longer doing your clients justice. You're no longer doing the people coming to you for advice justice, because you're no longer pulling it from spirit. You're pulling it from your ego. You're pulling it from a hurt place, right? Right. And like I said, it's not that you can't read yourself. I just feel like there's certain instances that you shouldn't read yourself, because I think that we can look too much into it. We can overanalyze it. And if you're in a not so nice energy, you can fuck up the reading. Okay. You can, just like pendulum. If you're not in a good place and you're doing pendulum, you can sway the energy. Because our energy, if you think about, and this is why I got into energy in the first place, but energy is powerful, right? So why wouldn't it? So we have to remember that. Right, right. Oh, hell yeah, Sherry. Woo. Let me tell you, I've always set these intentions with spirit, like, show me what I need to know. And then it's like, oh, well, damn, wasn't ready for that. Wasn't ready for that eye opener, but sure, spirit. Like, what? Wasn't ready for that. Yeah, trusting that, the biggest thing about this path is that you do have to trust in that higher power, right? You got to trust in that the people that they're removing from your life, the people that they are taking away, or the path that you're going, pulling you, like, even if it's a job, you're so comfortable at this job, but for some reason it's not working out. You got to trust that it's not meant for you. And you just got to remember that whatever's meant for you, whatever's truly meant for you, is going to come with no real fight, no real struggle. Life is only a struggle that when we make it. I've been listening a lot to a guru, and I always say his name a little bit wrong. Sangru, I think is his name, something like that. If you guys want to know, I'll definitely pop one of his videos in here. Of course, he's Hindu, so his teachings come from Hinduism. But I love the basis of Hinduism in so many ways because of how they teach it. And our suffering, like, if you just listen to some of the parts about our suffering, we create way more suffering in this life than we need to. We actually punish ourselves way more than we need to. We sit in this shit. We sit in this energy. We create it. We make it. We stay in it, right? So I think sometimes we have to kind of remember that. Like, why am I going to this place of despair? My life doesn't have to be shitty. It may have started off shitty. Doesn't mean it got to stay shitty, right? Let me see. I'm going to share one of his videos real quick so you guys can go to his channel and stuff and look him up. I love his teachings. I've been watching him and listening to him for over a year. A lot of the stuff that I preach, a lot of the stuff that I talk about is based on his teachings. Because it's just one of those things, like, it just hits different. Now, of course, I'm not Hindu. I'm not Hindu at all. I'm not in the religion of Hinduism, but there are a lot of things that he talks about that makes fucking sense, right? It just makes sense. All right, I'm going to get the one about suffering. I want to find that one real quick for you guys. And you guys, like I said, you could go watch him on your own time. Let me see. All right, so I popped the link in the comments if you want to click on that, and you could go check them out on your own time. Like I said, I love, you guys know I'm definitely into energy. So that's why chakras have been a big thing for me. I'm learning the chakras, the energy points, how they work, how to clear them, how to work with them. It's a constant thing that we're working on. Just changing our way of happiness. One of the things you guys have heard me always say is that I started in 2021, I started to choose to be happy. It was a choice. Because before that, I would choose to be in a very irritated, depressive mood sometimes. And so I would keep choosing to go back to this very dark place because it was comfortable. I knew it. So then in this past year that's changed, is that something in me said no more. Like, we have to choose to be happy. We have to choose to be in that sun. We have to choose to be in that happy place. And so now I choose to be happy. I choose to stay in that light. And it's not about being light or dark. It's just when you think about the sun is light, it's bright, it's warm, It's comforting. Okay. When you think of the dark, unfortunately, even though the dark is not bad, but it is dark. It's a more, it's a more kind of lone, sad kind of energy, right? So, that's some of the things in this past year that I've gone through, is like moving away from the suffering, moving away from the guilt and the shame about shit. I talk about my food journey. You guys have been seeing me do the food journey for a while now. And I've lost almost 60 pounds. I'm like very happy. This year has been phenomenal. And a lot of it is I don't carry a lot of guilt. If I decide to eat something, I eat it. If I don't, I don't. There's no guilt to it. I don't gain no weight with it. It's like I've proven to myself that my emotions were attached to my weight gain. Okay. My emotions were attached to my relationship with food. I don't have that attachment anymore. I don't have that bond with food like I did last year, the year before that, or before, because 2021, I changed my lifestyle. In the beginning of the year, I changed a lot of things that I ate. I changed how I ate. I changed when I ate. I changed how, right? Just the Holy Spirit activate. So I've done a lot of growth. And again, I'll never put myself on a pedestal and say I'm perfect, because I'm not. I'm still learning. I'm still growing. I ain't Jesus. Yeah, I am not Jesus. I am not Buddha. I am not an ascended master. And I don't know if I can make it in this life. Sometimes I think about like, oh, that'd be great, but then I'm like, yeah, I probably won't make it in this life. Because to be an ascended master, you have to be able to not react. You have to be able to understand all of the cues from the higher ups. And there's times where I still react. And that's something that I'm still working on, to not react to shit. I would love to get to the point where I don't react off anything. Anything someone says, I'm just easy breezy and shit. Like, oh, life is bliss. But, thank you, boo. And I'm not going to say it's been easy. Hell no, it hasn't been easy. But you just have to make a choice. You choose to be in the suffering and depression and the bullshit, or you choose to get out of that and choose to make the rest of your life happy. I think I've spent over, 30 something years in a lot of tragedy. And a lot of it was my own staying in that suffering. You know, it was a choice. No matter how you look at it, it was a choice. And so now with the knowledge that I have, the growth is to choose different. The growth now is not to stay stuck in that and not to let it consume me. And that's why I love the power of energy healing, going to the energy source, connecting with source as a higher up, right? Not being separate from source, no one needing to come save me, and whoever gets help and gets healing from religion, my go ahead. I mean, do your thing. There's no knocking someone's religion here. There's no, I'm not going to fight you on religion of why you should or should not believe. None of that. I've grown past all of that. There was a point where I had to knock religion because of where it stands. Now, do I have my points of why I'm not religious? Of course, you know, but it's not to knock it. There are things that, for one, for me personally, I don't like, of course, and there's just things I don't tailor to. But I do feel like we always should respect somebody's belief systems as long as it's not harming or hurting someone. And if someone believes in something, you can't like talk shit to them because, the people before them, did some crazy shit. We could go on and on about that, right? And that's very hard. Carlene, I would tell you, getting out of your head is one of the biggest things that I've struggled with on my path because, I have strong Virgo in my chart. So I'm the overthinker, or I have been. There are times where I overthink, I overanalyze. I have seen something for like 20 different scenarios before it happens. I kind of know when shit is about to hit the fan. I kind of know, I see the patterns. Um, the biggest things that have kind of helped me is to allow myself to stop overthinking. I stop myself mid thought. Why am I focusing on this? Is this something that is healthy? Is this something that is helping me? Is this something that's going to take me to the next level? Because if it's not, and I'm spending a bunch of time on some negative shit, I didn't fucked up. So I do more of stopping myself in mid train thought, like, no, why are we thinking about this? Why are we focused on this? Let's go to something else. What is more positive to think about? What is more positive to focus on? What else can I do in this time right now that I'm taking to think about the negativity? You know, what else can I do in this time with my thoughts without going to overthinking? So as overthinkers, we get told that we don't have the power to change it, right? That we just going to sit in it forever, and that's just that, right? A lot of people with ADD, ADHD, and all these things, and I would never say get off any of your medications without your doctor's you know, without your doctor's permission. Right? Well, hi boo. I would just say that you do have the power to control your mind. Now remember, your mind is doing what it's programmed to do. The mind is programmed to think. Okay. Once you understand that your mind is programmed to think, you will stop trying to shut it off. You will stop trying to stop it from doing its job. The brain is doing its job. The mind is doing its job. So once you understand that, you have a little bit more respect for your mind in that way, right? You can look at it from a different perspective. Okay. You can look at it and be like, okay, damn, this is what it's doing. Wichita, I'm not sure what you're saying. Is this a lovely singing lady? I'm not sure what you're saying. So just think of your brain, your mind, something different. Think it from that different perspective. Maybe that will help you. Stop trying to shut it off. Try to work with it. If that makes sense. Let me know if that's making sense to you, if you get what I'm saying, right? Annette, let me know if you're in here, because I'm at the hour mark, and let me do your reading real quick. But let me know if that's making sense. Get it to a point where you're working with your mind, not against your mind, right? You're not trying to shut it down. You're not trying to control it. You're allowing it to do what it does, except you're redirecting your thoughts to positive. Right. Okay, cool. Exactly. That, I mean, that's the other part of it, because we overthink when spirit shows us plain day, right? Sometimes spirits will put shit in our face and we will still be like, but I don't see it. But I don't see what you're saying, spirit. I need another sign. I need like 20 signs. Spirit then gave you like 15 signs, and you're like, can you be a little bit more clearer? Exactly, exactly. It's all about, just remember, Carlene, it's not, don't ever, just remember, your brain is doing, your mind is doing what it's supposed to do. If we stop trying to control it in that way and stop it from doing its job, we can work better with our mind. The biggest technique that I've learned in this path, and I was a very big ADHD person who can't sit still, can't concentrate, mind just going, is to refocus, refocus. And whenever I get to those points, which I'm better at it now, I always refocus to something else, right?